hand-eye coordination crazy. Give that kid a basketball yesterday.
Quick side note, this is how the next Terminator Salvation movie is going to start. Kids should not have the ability to be this interactive with, like, new technology.
I was celebrating this kid.
Revolution
He just
of the
depressed
mind.
me.
Well,
I am scared.
It's super impressive that a kid can do that this young.
Aww.
Speaking of young kids, look at those delicious eats. Did you ever look at food that way when you were that little?
I
would
do
remember
right now.
looking at food
I
like
do
that.
right now. I mean, I
This is
look
the
at
next
pizza
Anthony
and
Bourdain
rice that
right
way.
here.
And
Oh,
that's
God,
a
take it
pretty
easy.
burger. Don't.
Oh my God.
I'm giving me anxiety. Please don't drop that.
Delicious. Ooh. Okay, if Ethan Hawke gets in the car on training day, it's not Denzel sitting in the front seat, it's that dog. That's how the sequel to Training Day needs to go down, because you should never have to lock your door with that dog in the car.
No, that dog is upset and mean mugging.
Why?
Because he's thinking exactly what I'm thinking.
What?
Stop putting clothes on dogs.
It's cold out for dogs too.
No, stop putting human clothes on dogs.
You're not a clothes on dogs.
It's cruel. It's animal cruelty.
Even if it looks good like that?
No, I mean I do
cute.
want that beanie.
That was kind of cute though.
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't get in that
Kind of
car.
cute though.
The reason why we show you these videos, as always, is because this show, Buckets, is not just a basketball culture, it is a lifestyle.
He's Rob, I'm Cassidy, and on the way, we shake it up for our banger to end the week. Plus, since the NBA is being stingy and not showing the NBA All-Star Draft, we're going to do our own
I'm excited.
All-Star Draft.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I love these fantasy situations where we get to do like a draft. All right.
And wouldn't you want to see 3 LeBrons versus 10 Boban Marjanoviches?
What if?
I mean,
What
I
if?
would. Exactly. All that and more. This is Buckets. So if there was ever a week to be on NBA Twitter, this was the week. And it started Monday with maybe a top 3 all-time Twitter nights.
Top 3 would probably be Temecula night, when the Clippers kidnapped DeAndre Jordan and trapped him in the house from Mark Cuban and the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And when we were tracking private planes trying to figure out where the banana boat was going, pretty
Tunnel
much.
Times is up there. Tunnel Times is up there.
It makes the Mount Rushmore of...
Including that day started with the Cash Me Outside with Kyle Lowry and Ben Simmons. But then the hostility continued throughout the week with that haymaker and a couple other scuffles in the NBA. But leave it to Pop to diffuse the situation about this week of fighting.
What about player versus player incidents? There were a couple over the past couple of days on Martin Luther King.
Oh, you mean those typical NBA fights? So let's go, let me at, let me at. Waiting for somebody to hold me back. I would have kicked his ass. I would have kicked him, but somebody held me back. The NBA fights are the silliest, namby-pambiest things I've ever seen in my life.
He took the words out of our mouths.
Exactly.
Everything we were about to say.
These fights aren't serious, and you can tell actually just by the action like around the fights, which leads us to our new segment that we want to call the anatomy of an altercation.
Yes.
So first up, as Pop alluded to,
every
fight has that hold me back guy. Hold me back.
The hold me back guy doesn't want to fight.
No, he doesn't.
You don't make noise.
No.
What do they say? The loudest person in the room is usually the quietest or something. If you're the hold me back guy, like, I'll find you. I'll find you. I know you. I know your Twitter handle. I know where you live. That guy ain't ever doing anything. Yeah. He's making the most noise on the court, but he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
But there's always
But he wants to be seen like he's doing something.
Right. And he wasn't involved in the initial, like, what went down, but he's going to come in and make sure he says his piece every single time.
And shout out to the guy actually doing the holding back. He's also critical.
He's an important part because the hold me back guy can't be a hold me back guy unless someone's holding him back.
So that guy's trying to spread peace be with you and with you. And then there's the other guy, the trash talker. This guy's essential in the escalation of the altercation.
Well, the trash talker is, the hold me back guy is trying to make a scene.
Yes.
The trash talker is trying to get under your skin.
Oh, yeah.
There's a huge difference
One's physical, one's verbal.
Like Matt Barnes is the best example of this. If you want to be an A+ trash talker, you already have it in your brain what you're going to say to every single person. KG has probably spent as much time studying about the Honey Nut Cheerios. He knew that would piss off Carmelo Anthony.
Exactly.
They have knowledge.
The anatomy actually goes outside the lines. The head coach is a key part of this.
So every altercation has a head coach, which is very upset. What happened this week with Mike D'Antoni?
Yes, classic.
And we have the most classic of all time when Jeff Van Gundy ran onto the court to grab Alonzo Mourning's leg.
One of the top 25 moments of NBA history.
Top 25? That's like top 10. That's come on.
There you go. Sorry.
D'Antoni this week gets brushed on by Blake Griffin, and he goes off on You have to have a coach who he does it because he's protecting his guys.
Right.
He's trying to make a scene, and he's trying to absorb the punishment that they're likely going to get. But no altercation is complete unless you have a coach who is just making an absolute scene.
Okay, and then there's the guy who just chooses to not be involved. The pacifist.
The most notorious example probably came from this year when that whole scuffle was going down with the Lakers, and Lonzo walks away from whatever was going down here. I'm out. He has his own reasons.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. What do you say? This is the NBA. They're not going to fight. Well, he's been proven incorrect as of late.
Yeah.
But if you're a pacifist, you just take the stance of
they got nothing to do with me.
They're good on their own. These guys usually get put on blast by the fan base. Go help your guys, help your boys. Band of brothers, watch it sometime.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
That's what happens.
Right.
He has been classified probably as a pacifist. There's nothing wrong with it, but every altercation has someone that just doesn't want to be part of the beef.
What about the guys in stripes? The hero referee.
There's always one ref that comes storming into the altercation that has to
because it's their job actually to be the peacemaker.
He is, he's the firefighter trying to put out this fire. They're running in with the suit on, trying to put out the flames. Look at this picture.
It's amazing.
Look at this picture. He's willing to sacrifice his body. Under no circumstances
That's good tackling for him,
will there be a fight on my court. No. That's what that looks like to me.
Yeah. And you mentioned on my court. Sometimes it extends off the court. The, as we mentioned, Cash Me Outside guy.
Oh.
Which we also saw this week.
Right. So this week has been fantastic for all of these specific roles. But when Ben Simmons and Kyle Lowry are getting into their little beef, there's always, do you want to go in the tunnel and settle this like men? This is the way you're not the hold me back guy. Yeah. You're actually proposing all right, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Let's meet in the tunnel. And then you get the guy that sees it and goes, okay, let's go right now. That's why tunnels are such a big thing right now. Yeah. Go meet me in the tunnel where there's no cameras, and we'll settle this.
Right.
But the problem is now we're looking for tunnel, so they're going to have to find a new place to cash outside.
Exactly. And we'll stop saying cash me outside because that's we've said it 15 too many times.
It's enough publicity for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, a banger. The All-Star starters, they were released yesterday, but of course, we won't be able to see how the teams will draft each other in this new awesome playground-style draft.
What is going down in that boardroom between Steph Curry and LeBron is they have to pick the teams for the All-Star game. So these two have the power of the NBA in their hands, and we have the ability to do it ourselves as if we're in the boardroom. I feel like the architect of the Hunger Games. This is Lord of the Flies, Survivor. We have a pool. Yes, I have been waiting for this moment all week.
Let's pretend that we are the captains in this edition of WAB Files.
We are going to make an educated guess / hypothesis. I feel very scientific saying that. And how Steph Curry and LeBron would draft these guys in this room that we will never see.
Okay, so you're going to be LeBron. I'm going to be Steph Curry.
Because I'm petty.
So first up,
I get the first draft. With the first pick in the draft.
For the first pick.
I'm going with Boogie.
What?
It's DeMarcus Cousins. He can get a little crazy on the court from time to time. The last thing I want is him on the other team taking this fun exhibition all-star game out of fun exhibition game and turning this into like a war. If I'm LeBron James, I want to be on the same side as Boogie. This is my opportunity to show him I'm thinking of him more than anybody.
Okay. I'm going with my teammate, Kevin Durant.
Figured.
Call him
soft.
Mr. Torch Past, Kevin Durant, and I feel pretty good about it. And I don't really have to explain any other reasons.
Yeah, because he's your teammate. That's a soft answer.
And also,
it's an easy way out.
The second
it's
best
a Steph
player
Curry
in the game.
Way.
But,
okay. All right. A guy I do want on my team with the third pick is Giannis Antetokounmpo, because he's like rushing the NBA fraternities right now. I nailed that last name, by the way. Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo.
It's either Antetokounmpo or Antetokounmpo. Anyways, go on.
I'll never get that right.
You won't.
Okay. Giannis, the Greek freak, is auditioning to be a part of either, he says he looks up to LeBron, but he wants to play like Durant. He's in the market right now to either be on Team Banana Boat or Team KD.
KD's trying to recruit him.
I'm not letting you get in the locker room with him and like start doing the whole Draymond calls me after we lose Game 7, says come to the Warriors. I'm not letting you do that to Giannis. Giannis will be on the Banana Boat before he's ever on Team KD.
Okay, I see you. I'm going to pick Anthony Davis because he's just too good in that 4 spot, and there's really no other explanation than that. He was supposed to be the next MVP before Giannis started taking over that conversation this year. I still believe in AD.
Well, I'm taking Embiid because he's like me on social media. He's also really good. He has a troll mentality. He will fit right in with all of the guys on my squad who live in the social media verse.
I like how you say that you're the same, as in LeBron is the same on social media as Embiid is, but
yeah, we get it, right? If you're petty, it doesn't matter which form of petty you are. If you're a troll, you have a spot on Team LeBron, and he's also really damn good.
Yes. I'm going to go with DeMar DeRozan. I know you're not taking him, so I can save the pick for later. I know you're not taking him.
Okay. You know who I'm not taking.
Yeah.
So
I'm going DeRozan.
Okay. Well, I'm taking Harden because I'm not taking the next guy. And I know you're not taking Harden anyway because he's on the Rockets. He's your rival right now.
Our biggest competition.
Okay. Give me Harden because you can have.
Well, yeah. I want to make some waves with my next pick.
Oh, was that a little subtweet?
Yeah, I want a guy that, really can go out on his own. Get a guy who can really hit that game winner in Game 7.
Is this how it's actually going to go down, by the way? Is he going to have to give reasons to LeBron?
Huh?
Is he going to have to give reasons to LeBron in this? Like, I'm taking Kyrie because...
I'm taking the young blood. Okay. Mr. Get Buckets.
So Kyrie goes last in amongst the starters because LeBron refuses to pick him. Yeah. And you just happen to get Kyrie with the last pick.
That's why
because I'm being petty and I won't take him, even though he's probably the best point guard available.
All right. Who picked better? Let us know in the comments section.
Okay. Who picked better and who's going to win, too?
Yeah.
So we need reaction of who wins the game, maybe what the spread will be, and also who did the best job of being extremely petty towards the other.
That's a lot of homework for you guys.
That is. But
you're getting greedy over there.
But this structure of how this happens, this is going to go down as one of the it's like a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy theory because it actually happened, but figuring out what went down in the tunnel at Staples Center between the Rockets and Clippers and what went down in the boardroom between Steph Curry and LeBron of how that list was picked will forever be one of, if not the most important questions in NBA history.
Boom. So basically, the All-Star Draft is a big what if because we have no idea what's actually going to happen in that room. But got us thinking, what are some of the other NBA what-ifs? And let's explore that in a new segment we like to call Blindsight 2020. For example, what if Ray Allen didn't hit that shot in 2013?
If this shot doesn't go in, the Spurs win the NBA championship. That means Tim Duncan wins his 5th that year championship, and I would still say they win again the next year. That means Tim Duncan finishes with 6 total titles.
I'm going to go Heat direction.
Okay.
That if he doesn't hit that shot, that means the Heat lose. So I think that means Pat Riley goes full steam finding help for LeBron. They win the following year instead of the Spurs.
Okay.
And LeBron stays in Miami.
Never goes back to Cleveland.
Never goes back to Cleveland.
Cleveland is still in a drought.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Fair.
So how about this? Speaking of LeBron, what if 10 Bobans played 3 LeBrons in an NBA game?
This is my favorite hypothetical. If I'm playing this game and I'm coaching the Bobans, I am putting 2 Bobans cherry picking on my side of the hoop. I have to put another 3 to 4 Bobans in the paint to protect the rim, and the remaining Bobans, they're going to do the chicken noodle soup dance just to try and distract LeBron.
Oh, I mean, if he does bust out the chicken noodle soup dance, then maybe I'd give it to 10 Bobans. But right now, I'm in favor of the 3 LeBrons just based on his passing ability. What if the NBA had a penalty box for technical fouls?
Imagine Boogie Cousins in a penalty box. I have so many questions now.
I just want a penalty box ISO cam.
This is if you get technical.
Picture
so when Boogie throws his mouthpiece and they send him to the penalty box, is he sitting at half court like this, like all just watching the game go on, cursing at the refs from the penalty box? And if the penalty box happens, that means you don't get to replace him.
Yeah.
It's 5-on-4 basketball. That'd be amazing.
Are you listening, Adam Silver?
Great suggestion.
Okay,
Thank you.
What if Michael Jordan never played baseball?
Ooh, in those 2 years he was gone, the Houston Rockets won, and I think are the best team, even if Michael Jordan is playing on the Bulls. The Rockets still win if Michael Jordan did not go to play baseball, which tarnishes Jordan's invincible playoff record legacy that he had in the 90s.
Chi-Town, stand up.
We don't know if
what would happen is the Bulls would win 8 straight titles, and we wouldn't have to have these conversations ever again of, is anyone going to live up to Michael Jordan? LeBron will never be brought up in a conversation of matching Michael Jordan. We'd be free of those conversations. The only negative thing to come of this is we would not get Space Jam, because the whole plot of the movie is that
there's baseball involved in Space Jam. That's right.
What if jump balls were settled by a game of knockout?
My fantasy situation here is like Game 7 of the finals, LeBron and KD are going for the ball, and they get a tie-up. This is the NBA equivalent of doing the XFL-style coin toss. So bring the college basketball possession arrow, which nobody likes, but in this case, the possession arrow is who has to shoot first in knockout. Can you imagine the most important jump ball in the history of the league is decided by Durant and LeBron playing knockout? This would be the weirdest thing ever.
It's the three-point line, I mean, defines this era.
I'd be more hyped for this than the actual game.
You can't have 4 favorite what-ifs. That's what you just did.
I know. This is why I have relationship problems.
Let us know your thoughts. What are your favorite Blindside 2020s? Give us your suggestions. We'll use it on an upcoming episode of Buckets, for sure.
Don't forget, stay petty and get buckets or die trying.
Don't die.